Okay, lesson 2 for Real World Real Money is about deductions. What you see is not necessarily what you get. Okay, so your gross income. So if you make $10 per hour and work a 40-hour week, your gross income is $400 a week. But will you receive $400 to use and spend? The answer is no. There are things that are taken out of your paycheck from your gross income. Okay, so your net income is actually the amount of money you get out of the money that you make. So you take your gross income and you subtract your deductions, which we're going to go over, and that's what's going to equal your net income. So a couple types of deductions are primary taxes. So like the federal government takes money, the state takes money, we pay into Social Security, and Medicare, we pay into Medicare. So these things that we might not be using now, but we're going to have to use later. We also get deducted for health insurance based on our employer. Retirement comes out, life insurance, maybe disability insurance, so other things that could be deducted as well. So taking out deductions, so taxes. So federal income taxes, we're going to look at a chart to figure out how much is going to be taken out. State and local taxes are about 5.5% of our gross pay. And then FICA, which is 7.65% of our gross pay. And then health insurance, you're going to get to make a choice on what health insurance you use, which is sometimes the case from your employer. You'll get to choose. And then retirement, you're going to try to save no less than 5% of your gross pay to help out with your retirement. Taxes. So federal tax is the income tax paid to the U.S. Treasury through the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. Okay. It's tax season, so right now your parents are probably filing taxes. State and local taxes, in addition to the state, some cities and school districts may have taxes withheld from pay. Okay, and then Federal Insurance Contributions Act, which is FICA, includes Social Security tax and Medicare. So we pay into that now so that when we, can collect Social Security. All right, so you're going to take your white paper back out of your folder and you're going to pause the video after we go over each section to fill it in. Okay, to make sure you fill it in correctly. So first is your gross monthly income. This was given to you. It's in your folder. So if my gross folder told me how much I made a month, it told me that I made $4,366 a month. Okay, so open up your folder, see how much money you make a month, and you're going to write it in right there. Okay. For the next part, we have to figure out our federal income tax. So we're going to look at this chart. You have this in your folder as well to see how much money you make, okay, and how much money you're going to have to pay for federal withholding. So I made $4,366 per month. So I would look, 4,366 would be about right here. Okay, so then we first look at our monthly salary. Then we're going to go over and look at whether we're married with no children, we have a spouse and 1 child, spouse and 2 children, or spouse and 3 children. I think in this simulation, everybody is married. Okay, so then we would go over, and I told you guys earlier that my folder told me that I had 1 child. So my federal income tax withholding is $356. So you're going to use your green sheet of paper to find out what your federal withholding tax is. And then you're going to go to your chart. You're going to fill it in right here. And then to figure out what the next number on your line is, you're going to subtract. So I did 4,366 minus 356 to get $4,010. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to figure out is our state and local tax. So for state and local tax, it's 5.5% of our gross income. So again, my gross income is $4,366. So I multiply it by 5.5% as a decimal, which is 0.055, to get $240.13. So then on the next line, and I'll practice you pausing the video for each one of these. The next line, we're going to fill in that answer, that $240.13, and then again, we're going to subtract it. So $4,010 minus $240.13 is $3,769.87. Okay, so then pause the video so you guys can fill that in. And then FICA, Social Security or Medicare, is 7.65% of my gross income. So remember, my gross income is at $4,366. So to do it, so what a deduction is a percent of income, take the income and multiply it by the percent in decimal form. So FICA is 7.65%. So if your gross income is $4,366, the math would be 0.0765 times $4,366, which in my case ended up being $334. So in my table, I would put $334 right there, and then I would subtract $3,769.87 and $334. So now I have $3,435.87. So fill that in on your table. For the next part, I get to make a choice. So healthcare or health insurance, I have two different plans. I can have Plan A, where I can go and choose any provider that I wish, or Plan B, which is called a PPO provider, and I have to choose from a plan's preferred providers. So for each one of these, you all have a family, okay? Or I have a family, I have one child. This would be if you're an employee and a spouse, so if you're married, okay? So I am going to actually choose Plan A because I prefer to be able to choose any doctor I want, okay? Now, if you don't care what kind of doctor you go to or what doctor you go to, you can choose that one. So you'll just use a different amount. So in my table, I'm going to write in $465 for my health insurance premium, and then subtract again to get $2,970.87. Okay, so again, pause, fill in. So retirement and other deductions. So retirement savings, you want to strive for between 2% and 6% of your gross income. Some employers will do a match. So if you put in 2% of your income, they'll match you with 2% of theirs. And then other deductions could be, and they're not in our simulation, child support, liens, debt repayment, or court costs, if that's anything that you had to pay for. So 5% of our gross income, and my gross income in this case, I would change my 5% to 0.05, multiply it by my income, which is $4,366, to get $218.30. So again, I'm going to transfer that to my table. So $218.30, subtract $2,970.87 and $218.30 to get $2,752.57. So then the last line that we have to fill in is our monthly net pay. So we take our monthly gross pay, which was this first amount that we had, and our deductions, so all of our deductions, we did it as we went, would equal our net pay. So your last number above and this number will equal each other. So they should be, so again, so my monthly net pay is $2,752.57. Okay, so again, at this point in time, you're going to want to pause the video, okay, and make sure that you have all your numbers filled in correctly.